your 1-year-old dog over the fence with other canines. And then what, you just stood there?
No, I ran, but I do remember the noises the dog made and
Why did you run after you threw the canine over, well, Shadow over the fence? Probation, this is an application. Court is calling 2024 CR 5756, State of Texas versus Xavier Rene Martinez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Jason Garrett here, Your Honor.
defense?
Leslie Sahalovich, Mr. Martinez.
And are you Xavier Martinez?
yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Martinez, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Martinez, did you review what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with cruelty to non-livestock? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand, if you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He has.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
He is.
Mr. Martinez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, there's a $2,500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense is at the plea.
Yes, it is.
State is at the plea.
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Off the record. Is Hickman out? Can you have Hickman brought up, deputy? Her attorney's on Zoom. We're back on the record. Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There you are.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 7 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 250 hours of community service restitution, and no ownership of any animals. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Yes, Your Honor. City Exhibit 12,
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits one and attachments, the court will find there sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so, how old was Shadow?
Still a little over a year.
So he's a year, which, is that still considered a puppy?
In age, I may assume he was still grown. He was pretty grown, but in age, I assume he was a puppy.
All right, so he's a puppy. So what were you saying to your puppy before you threw him in a fence with other dogs to be killed by them?
Nothing. At the time of the moment of what I did, I was under the influence of a lot of drugs at the time, and I wasn't in the right mindset, and
No, it says here, a male pedestrian walking his dog, that's you, began yelling at it and then tossed it over the fence.
I can't remember a lot of that time.
Mhm.
I know what I did, and I can't remember some of the moments in between leading up to it and after it.
So what do you remember? So you throw your 1-year-old dog over the fence with other canines. And then what? You just stood there?
No, I ran, but I do remember the noises the dog made, and
Why did you run after you threw the canine over, well, Shadow over the fence?
there was nothing I could do after that. What I did was done.
Because of what?
There was nothing I could do after that. What I did was done. I just made the choice, the horrible choice to do that. And what I did was done, so I just ran and had to listen to her whine and yelp.
I'm sorry, what?
I just ran and I had to listen to her whine and yelp all the way back to my house.
Yeah, because, so you knew there were other dogs in that, behind that fence.
Yes,
All right, because it says here that you told the police you didn't know there were other dogs, but it appears that you purposely walked the dog to that address.
I,
Do you have any children?
oh man,
Have you had employment?
yes, I was working as a helper with this man. They were giving me a lot of construction work to help him do a lot of things.
And who were you living with?
I was living with just by myself for most of the time, and my girlfriend.
All right, you really shouldn't have a girlfriend. I can't force you not to have a girlfriend, but there are other issues that you probably need to be working on. Does your girlfriend have children?
Um,
So who was living in the house with you and your girlfriend?
Shadow, another dog,
And what?
and another dog.
Okay, Shadow, and what's the other dog's name?
Nessia,
Nessa?
Nessia.
Nessia? All right. So why didn't you take Nessia on this walk with you?
I don't know. Like I said, I was under the influence of a lot of different drugs, and I wasn't mentally competent at the time that whole day.
And what type of dog is Nessa?
It was,
Nessia.
it was a pit bull.
All right, so you have a pit bull and Shadow was staff.
It was that.
Yes.
It was a pit lab, I believe.
All right. And how did you come to be the owner of Shadow?
I bought him off of a neighbor.
Everybody's just selling their dogs to anybody without checking anything. Had Shadow had any shots?
Not that I know.
No. Have you ever had any mental health issues?
It's
What?
bipolar, depression, anxiety, ADHD, some manic disorders.
Have you ever been on any medications?
It's not.
What medications?
Right now, I'm taking the Prexa. I just recently got on it last week. I was supposed to be on Lexapro, but for some reason, they're not giving it to me. And Abilify. And throughout my lifetime, I've been on a lot of different medications.
And how far did you go in school?
Up to ninth grade, I couldn't get back into school because of the CPS and all that, and just homelessness just bounced around.
All right, and how old are you?
20.
All right, and what's with all the tattoos on the face? What's that about?
Oh, when I was 16, I was really bad on drugs at the time, and I was just in a motel room, really, really high, and my dad left the tattoo gun and ink, and I tied myself up, my face and my arms, and I've been trying to get it. I went to get it removed once, and I'm planning to go again to get it completely removed on my face and on my hands and arms.
Okay. All right, is there anything else I should know about you?
Just what I did with that dog. And I don't want to sound full of it, but it hurts me a lot when I think about it. I try to shake the thoughts of what I did. Regardless what I did, I actually cared a lot about that animal. Uh, I love that dog. Hearing the sounds it made, gonna haunt me for the rest of my life. When I think about the time I used to play with it, it's gonna hurt my soul. It's gonna hurt me deep down in my heart that I did a horrible act that can't come back. And just gotta take it up with God from here on forth with that.
All right, this is what court is gonna do. Court is gonna sentence you to 8 years deferred adjudication. There's to be a MIOF evaluation and a felony drug court evaluation and TAP evaluation. That's gonna take place in custody. And we'll do felony drug court evaluation first because have a very quick turnaround. If he's not accepted into felony drug court, then it's you to follow the TAP recommendations. There's to be no contact with minors until further notice. There's to be no contact with animals until further notice. 250 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order you to get your GED or either go to some type of trade school. Once that's completed, his community service hours will be deemed satisfied. There's to be a $2,500 fine that will be probated. Proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. The UA hotline until further notice. 120 sober support meetings in 120 days. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. Have you ever been to prison or TYC, what they used to call TYC?
No, man.
All right. Have you had any contact with your mom or your father in recent years?
My mom and my dad are in here.
I'm sorry,
My mom and my dad are in here.
you say in jail?
No.
All right. So probation, is there any type of trauma therapy for him? I know it seems as though I'm giving you a lot of programs to complete, but you need a lot.
I want to.
Okay. So we could set up some type of, I know that I'm asking for the mental health evaluation, but he's also probably going to need some sort of trauma therapy. He's probably going to need a counselor for the CPS issues that brought him into the government sphere. Also the trauma issues in regards to Shadow. The fact that his parents are at the Bexar County Jail while he's at the Bexar County Jail. Do you have any siblings, sisters and brothers?
I do, but my dad was real violent with his baby mama, so she doesn't allow me to see his kids, so I haven't seen my sister and my brothers.
All right, so we have that to deal with as well. Probation, is there anything else he needs? I'm sorry, what? All right, we'll do pause education course. All right, anything else? From probation?
No.
Is there anything else you need from the court?
Is there a way I could, through a program or some way, bring it to Haven for Hope or Oxford House?
Oh, they're gonna see if they can place you somewhere. What's gonna end up happening is you're gonna be evaluated for felony drug court. If felony drug court accepts you, then felony drug court will speak to you about housing and everything. All right? All right, did you review the trial court certification of defendants' rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
It's not.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. I know there's a lot of programs I just dumped on you, but you need a lot of help, right? So do not get overwhelmed by the programs. Just work the programs mentally, internally, so you can improve. Do you understand?
It's not.
Do not just throw your hands up. Do not disappear. Because what you're looking at, if a motion to revoke were filed, is 10 years in the prison. Now, if there's an issue, let your officer know. If you feel as though you're not able to get in touch with your officer, or you still are not receiving the answers, you can always come back to the court and you can talk to me. You understand?
It's not.
All right, good luck to you.
One more last thing. I don't have a birth certificate. I don't have a social ID. I've never had an ID. So is there any way probation can help me to get all that so I could be?
Well, let me ask you this. I used to do child protective services cases. Did you age out of the child protective services system? By that, I mean, did your parents ever retain custody of you?
No,
All right, were you ever adopted?
yes, when I was younger, yes.
All right, so when you were adopted, that person should have your birth certificate and all of that information. If they don't want to give it to you, or if they're saying they don't have it, the people who should have it is your child protective services worker. And counsel, if you go next door to CPS court, the one with the green rooftop on the second floor, they will be able to direct you the easiest way to get your birth certificate, your social security card. Okay? Court is calling 2024 CR 2985, State of Texas versus Daniel Balderas. Can I have parties that for the record for the state? Defense?
Elizabeth Settle for the defense.
Are you Daniel Balderas?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Balderas, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, sir.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with unauthorized use of a vehicle? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I just,
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes,
Mr. Valderas, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's a $500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. This is the run concurrent with County Court Cause number 733375. There's to be restitution, if any, to Maybelline Cortez. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea.
it is, Your Honor.
State is at the plea.
Yes.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 120 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Contest, ma'am.
State any evidence.
State offers state exhibit one and all evidence.
No objection.
All right, and state, have you spoken with the complainants?
Judge, we made attempts to reach the complainants, but so far I don't think.
All right, thank you. You may be excused. Did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am. I do.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation and testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, we just ask that you follow the plea bargain.
All right, how old are you?
19, ma'am.
All right, why are you riding in stolen vehicles?
Just hanging around the wrong crowd, to be honest,
No.
ma'am.
You are the wrong crowd. That's what other people would say. The co-defendant or the other suspect who's with you, Sandoval, his family would tell me he's hanging around with the wrong crowd and that would be you. So what are you doing with your life?
To be honest, I'm just trying to finish school and get a job and just do good.
How are you just trying to finish school? What are you doing?
Well, right now I'm looking for like schools to be able to get my GED and my high school diploma.
You can find that anywhere on the computer. If you can drive around in a car that doesn't belong to you, I'm sure you can go on the computer. Do you have a phone,
Yes, ma'am.
a cell phone?
Yes, ma'am.
There is, I'm sure there is Google or whatever on that cell phone. You can Google, there's places throughout San Antonio where you can get your GED.
Yes,
Why didn't you finish school?
and I was in juvenile, didn't get a chance to finish it.
All right, do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that's a good thing. You need to get your life in order. You understand?
Yes,
Who do you
ma'am.
live with?
My mom.
All right. This is what the court will do. There is a $500 fine. That will be probated. Court is going to sentence you to 2 years deferred adjudication. This is run concurrent with County Court Cause number 733375. There's to be 120 hours of community service restitution. That will be waived if you obtain your GED or if you're in some sort of trade school and you graduate. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I did.
There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Clean
All right, when's the last time you used?
months, since like six months.
And using what?
With marijuana.
All right, there's going to be regular random UAs. And make sure he's tested for levels if he comes out positive. If he is positive, what we're going to do is there's going to be the UA hotline if he's positive. And he's going to stay on that UA hotline until he presents with a negative UA. And then we'll go back to regular random UAs. There's going to be proof of employment within 45 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There is to be no contact with the following persons. Kevin, I don't know if this Kevin, in the police report, it's Keving. Ricardo, Richardo, Alvarez Sandoval. There's to be restitution and no contact with Maybelline, Mabeline, Ashley Cortez. And let him take the theft course. And there's to be field visits one time per month until he is employed or obtaining his GED. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
I was just wondering about my GPS monitor. The hours, it's been kind of like interfering with me getting a job because I already had like 2 job interviews, but the hours that I got for my curfew, like my officer said he wasn't able to do nothing about it. So
All right, we'll extend his curfew on GPS. So his curfew, he's allowed out of the house from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Fridays. And then Saturday and Sunday, he's to be at home unless he's employed or at school.
Judge, how long will he be keeping the monitor on?
Until further notice. We'll see how things go. How long you are on that monitor is 100% dependent upon you. Do you understand?
yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, you're young. Let me just tell you something. If you want things, go out, get a job so you can afford things. But at the end of the day, when all of us die, guess what? Your things cannot go with you. Although I've heard of people being buried with their car, which I don't know why you would do that because it costs extra, I'm assuming, to have a car for you to be buried in. But I'm sure if you're driving around in vehicles that don't belong to you, you're not necessarily attached to it. We should not be attached to things anyway. You understand? All right, good luck to you. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 1237 and 2024 CR 1238, State of Texas versus Eric Cantu. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
for the defense?
Brian Powers, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Cantu?
Yes.
All right, so the first thing we're going to take up is the state's motion to recuse. Defense, you've had a chance to review the motion to recuse.
I have, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Judge, the state is asking to be recused from this case for the aforementioned and the motion to recuse.
All right, and the court does not see or find a reason for the recusal. There are many cases that the state of Texas has here in Bexar County where you have someone who's a complainant on the case and also someone who has another case where they're the defendant. It happens many times on the in family violence cases. So the court does not see grounds for the recusal in the motion. So the grounds for recusal are denied. And for the record, state, you do not have a prosecutor from another county who's willing to accept these cases?
I personally did not do it, but I believe our office did reach out to several different surrounding counties. In fact, I believe all of them surrounding counties that are contingent to Bexar County, and they were unable to accept these cases at this time, Your Honor.
All right. And off the record, in previous settings in this case, the court informed both the state and the defense that the court did not see grounds for recusal or find any grounds for the recusal, but if the state were to provide a prosecutor from any county to come in, the court would allow the recusal, but only for that reason. So the motion there is no grounds for the recusal, and the grounds for recusal of Bear County will be denied. All right, and what is the next matter?
Your Honor, I would ask, we filed a motion not too long ago with regards to trying to modify the GPS conditions for Eric so that he is able to, while still under monitoring, to be able to participate in nonprofit events and charity events. I've provided the court today, and I've also tendered it to the state for review, a letter from his ongoing mental health therapist, Dr. Punjabi, from Brain Coach, where she, I believe, says it best as far as Eric is attempting to turn this trauma that he suffered into a positive and to try to get involved. And she believes that this would be good as going towards his mental health treatment from the trauma that he suffered.
All right. State,
The state would be opposed. Your Honor.
right. Counsel, you'll need to bring her in as a witness. I do have the letter that it's been submitted. But if it would probably be best for you if you actually have the witness come in, they can be by Zoom, if they're available by Zoom to testify.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Is there anything else?
Nothing from the state.
The next thing. Discovery. Where are we on discovery?
As far as the state has been unable to confer with me for the last few settings, given their stand. However, I believe that's going to change. So with the court's permission, I will reevaluate and go through it with the state to make sure that we have everything we are supposed to have.
All right, so we'll recall this in 30 days for discovery. Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset for discovery?
I can do the 25th, Judge, July 25th.
All right, we'll be back on July 25th for discovery. And counsel, if you want this doctor to come in, state, I'm assuming you'll have no objections to the doctor appearing by Zoom?
No,
All right, just let Ms. Ferguson know and we'll put it on the docket.
Will do, Judge.
All right, we'll see you back then. Is there anything else?
Nothing from the state. Your Honor.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. Preston Lee, come forward. All right, what we're gonna do is, we're gonna recall you back. I'm gonna give you another month reset, but your case may be solved before then.
Okay,
All right, have you been keeping up with everything you're supposed to do on PTD?
yes, ma'am. I'm just waiting for my intake.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Lee, can I have a 30-day reset, please? And it's PTD.
I can do July 25th, Judge.
All right, are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and you said July when?
It's the 25th, Judge.
All right, you want to look at your schedule and see if that's a good time for you?
Yeah, I can get it off.
All right, so July, I'm sorry, November, what date? All right, so once you sign the reset form, you're excused. All right, thank you. Ruben Gonzalez, Ruben Xavier Gonzalez, Claudia Aaron,
Yeah, Your Honor. So it's my understanding that she did not
Thank you.
respond to docket this morning.
No.
When you called. And I received a call at 8:30 this morning from her father, my office did, saying that she is in Windmill Wellness Ranch. I contacted Windmill Wellness Ranch. The message that I received was that she was checked in on Friday. Now, mind you, this is the young lady with the father that was here 2 weeks ago approximately that you reset today for a plea. I have had no contact with my client since that date because her phone was broken, if you'll recall. And so the father has been blocking all communications.
No, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna call, we're gonna go on the record. And if she's not here, a warrant's gonna be issued for her arrest. And if she gets here within a reasonable time, the court will reconsider. Could I have a prosecutor, please? And could someone make an announcement in the hallway for Claudia Michelle Aaron?
I was gonna make a joke. Looks like I'm the only one.
No. All right. Court is calling 2024 CR 0735, State of Texas versus Claudia Michelle Aaron. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Jody Sawyers for the defense.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 9:49 a.m. Defense, have you had any personal contact with your client?
None.
All right. Deputy Laura, did you make an announcement?
Yes, Your Honor, there's no answer.
All right, state.
State would ask for a bond forfeiture, Judge.
All right, that will be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If she makes an appearance within a reasonable time, the court will reconsider.
And Your Honor, I just want to go on record as
Yes.
communicating that I did receive communication not from my client, but from her father saying that she has been admitted to Windmill Wellness Ranch. I contacted them this morning. They sent me a letter saying that she apparently has admitted herself voluntarily, although I don't know if it was her or her father who did, for a 60-day program. This was never communicated with me beforehand. And so I approached the court, though, only to let the court know that I have received communications from a rehabilitation facility and letting the court know that information.
All right, she needed to be here today. And that rehabilitation center, it's the court's understanding that that's not some type of mental health issue where she needed to be admitted, correct?
It was not emergency detention, Your Honor. That's correct.
All right, thank you. All right, Norma, that's BF and remain without bond. Absidy Rosales. Good morning. Have you had any contact with your client?
It's been months.
All right. Deputy Laura?
Yes, Your Honor. For absentee,
Yes.
It's office. First office.
Mr. Rivera, they're almost done with your paperwork.
Yes, ma'am.
Court is calling 2021 CR 2962, State of Texas versus Sonia Elaine Hickman. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? For the defense?
Lorraine Efren?
And are you Miss Hickman?
Yes, ma'am.
Your attorney is actually out of county right now. Do you have any objections to her appearing by video?
No, ma'am.
State, any objections to counsel appearing by video?
No,
All right, Ms. Hickman, did you review the motion to revoke community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I do.
Okay. Are you the same Sonia Hickman who was placed on community supervision in 2021 CR 2962 for the offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle on June 1st, 2021 for a term of 2 years and extended for 2 years? Is that you? You need to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And defense, what allegation did you negotiate to proceed on?
Actually, we didn't discuss which violation. I think there's 4 or 5 of them. We are pleading true with the open to the court.
Okay.
We do not have an agreement.
All right.
We would go under number 5.
All right, state.
Okay. Violated condition number 5 in Bear County, Texas, defendant Sonia Hickman that did in there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of February and March 2023 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that, true or not true? All right, state, do you waive other violations?
Your Honor.
Did you, any objection to the state's waivers?
No objection.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court would find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 1 year in the state jail facility? Did you understand that?
True.
No, I want you
Yes,
to
sir.
listen to me carefully. You've pled true to violation of condition number 5. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Do you understand that violation of condition number 5, you're saying that you didn't report for February and March of 2023? Did you understand that?
True.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand?
I understand.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to number 5, I can send you to the state jail facility for up to 1 year? Did you understand?
Yes.
All right. Knowing that I could send you up to the state jail facility for 1 year, do you still wish to plead true to number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. The court is finding violation of condition number 5 true. My understanding is there no agreement. That is correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
State, what are you requesting?
Revocation, Your Honor.
All right. Defense, are you requesting revocation as well or no?
No, my client would like a chance to be continued on probation. And what she says is that she was homeless and on the street for quite a lengthy period of time, which made it impossible for her to comply with probation. But now she's in a more steady and stable situation with an address and feels that she can comply and complete all conditions of probation. So
All
we're
right.
asking for an opportunity to be continued.
All right, that's going to be denied. I'm going to grant the motion to revoke. This is not her first motion to revoke for this cause number. Probation, has she done anything on probation?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
Judge,
State what your- Yes. Depends.
I believe she has 73 days credit.
All right, so state, what are you requesting for sentence?
Your Honor, I believe the 1 year is the underlying, that's what we'd be requesting.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. As previously stated, the court is going to grant the motion. Court is going to sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. There's $1,000 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. Was there any restitution owed to Davis Thieves and Enterprise Rental Car Company?
No, Your Honor.
All right. All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you're on community supervision. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. Here's the thing. If you have an issue, you can always go to different places in Bear County. Bear County has a lot of shelters for people to stay at. They have a lot of free opportunities if you have a drug or alcohol problem where you can get help.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And back on the record, I'm sorry. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, Ms. Hickman.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good luck, Ms. Hickman.
All right, Ms. Efron, we also have Mendez.
Okay, Mr. Escobar and I were speaking earlier, and I think I don't know if I have a firm offer on it just yet, but he's going to get me a firm offer.
Judge, on that one, I just wanted a chance just to try and reach out to the complaining witness before you make a decision. I know it has a lot of settings.
It does. So Ms. Ferguson, on this, set this for July 1st.
Yes, ma'am.